Peace, this is Jarrell with Quantum Light Consciousness. Today we're going to talk about reintegrating your Akashic memory. Okay, I hope you guys are doing well out there. It's a beautiful Sunday. I'm here in my home in Massachusetts, kind of just hanging out, having a relaxed day. I just got done skateboarding and really reintegrating myself with my inner child. I'm doing awesome. I hope you guys are doing awesome out there too. So today I wanted to talk about kind of looking at your past, reinstating those memories and getting good at being able to have command over memories. Okay, because memories are the most important thing in ascension. If you leave this dimension and you don't have your memories, you're starting over. You're reincarnating. You don't know who you are. All right, that's just what it is. Like if you don't remember your life, you're done. And that's just what it is. So memories are the most important thing to utilize and to hold dear to you, and to embody and draw inspiration from as you continue every day on your awakening path. So I wanted to talk about those. I wanted to talk about being in the heart and how the heart actually has full command, control, and utilization over your memories, over your brain, which holds your memories. All right. So when you're in your heart and you're literally wanting to get your memories back, whether it's from a past life, whether it's from higher selves experiences, whether it's from anything, it can be anything. It can be a parallel life that one of your aspects who are attached to you are living right now. And you say, hey, I want to go and look at these things. So what we're going to talk about now isn't just about memories. It's about getting your Akashic back activated, clearing your brain, allowing those hemispheres to work in synchronization, in harmonization, so you can actually dial and control the feed of holographic data, also known as light, coming through your neocortex, so you can go and view anything you want. All right. Being able to view anything you want, anywhere, at any time, is a very, very, very useful ability. When you're able to do that, you can know anything. You can actually know anything because you're so tuned in, dialed in, tapped into source awareness as unified consciousness, as yourself, as the universe. You are anything that you want to go look at. So you can just say, hey, I want to know, what is going on in this area of the world on this day. So you literally, you get into meditation, you use your brain as a type of reference system and use the empathy from your heart to be able to go there. All right, it's an empathic game. This isn't nothing to do with anything, technology, anything. It's an empathic game. So let's start with your past lives. Most people, they just want to remember their past lives. They want to know who they were in the past life, what they're doing, what was important to them, who their friends were, who their family was, what their status was, and so on. And, how powerful they were, what ability sets they had, what they look like, stuff like this. So this is the stuff you can go and find out. One thing that I've just recently figured out is that a lot of your past lives have to do with a lot of your dark higher selves. It's sometimes, depending on how much trauma you're carrying, how much energy that is more or less more dominant in your system in a passive way, that depends on the type of past lives that you're going to remember first. So a lot of times people, they remember things like when they were in the Middle Ages, or when they were in a space where it was a low level of existence, to where it was like, poverty or abuse or pain or war, things like that. So it depends how much trauma you've cleared, how much pain and suffering you've cleared. A lot of that depends on, what types of lives you're going to remember. And a lot of what you remember has to do with your dark higher selves. Most of your past lives have to do with your dark higher selves, because they are the ones who reincarnate over and over and over and over again to serve the benefit of themselves. So you have, light beings who, it's service to all, dark beings, service to self. So if you have dark higher selves and you say, hey, let me see your past lives, they're going to be able to roll the reel down, like, I was this. And, it's basically, all those lives that you'd see based off trauma, based off pain, based off abuse, except you're the person who's like at the top of the level. Like, you're either clearing the planet, or you're the warlord, or you're the general, something like that. Like, things like that, Yet it's still like an aspect of you. However, it's a powerful memory that needs to be transmuted and used for good. Okay. So with your light higher selves, when you say, hey, let me see your past lives, not all of them will show you all these like gloriful reels of, like, all the stuff that they were doing, like on the battlefield, all the stuff. Like, yes, they have a lot of memories in their own lives. However, it's not the past. It's not the past, because they always were who they were. Because if you're a light being, you're a light being. You've always been yourself. You never had to die and come back. Once you understand who you are, it's like you were that, and that's it. The I am that, that's not just, a phrase or an aesthetic. It actually is. Like, once you become who you are, you're eternally that. And that's what it is. It isn't anything else. So don't be surprised if you use this method I'm about to tell you, and you go and try to get your higher selves past lives, and they just show you the same thing over and over again. I asked my angelics, they're like, yeah, I'm here. This is me. I'm here. This is it. Like, this is it. This is me. I'm like, okay, well, can't you show me anything else? Like, what else? They're like, no, I'm here. I've always been here. I'm like, oh, okay. All right. And it does differ a little bit the higher up in dimension you go. Some things happen differently on different dimensions. So you may want to experiment with this and ask your higher selves different questions and see what they say. And always, utilize what you find from these videos for yourself. Okay, so this next method comes from an insight that I had recently, just, meditating and finding out, like, what would happen if I used this method that was very insightful to me when I saw it, when it was introduced to me. A lot of things that happen in films and in movies are actually channeled from multidimensional realities. So one of the things I'm talking about is from the movie Tomorrowland with George Clooney and the guy who played Dr. House. All right, so basically in that movie, at the very end, there is this technology that that kids are able to use to be able to scroll anywhere, see anything at any time in any timeline or any area of history. And what it is basically a room where there's a sphere, and then you scroll the sphere, you place your hands over the sphere, and the sphere scrolls, and then you move through space-time awareness, through the continuum of reality. So that always stuck with me. That always like was in my thoughts, and I'm just had been wondering, like, they had taken that from the human mind body system somehow and then just put it in a film, because any and all technology that could be possible or is currently used is from imitation of the human mind body system, because without humans nothing exists. Without humans creating a machine, machines can't exist. Technology can't exist without a person creating it. That's just fact. All right, that includes, technology channeled into a film where they may have in a future timeline somewhere. I took the inspiration from that and then I started using it in my own mind body awareness, with my own mind body awareness of how it would be if it were totally organic. So this is what I came up with. So basically, I drew a little diagram of how you're able to clear your brain and get your brain to function to where you can literally go through the universe like you're scrolling a data feed, like you're scrolling on an internet browser, to literally go and find anything you want. Okay, so this is what I used. All right, here is a stick figure drawing of the modality that I figured out here. So these are basically spherical quartz crystals in your own energy field that you rotate and empathically feel with your hands, with the intent of scrolling through the universe, moving through the universe, dialing through the universe to find specific information that you are interested in knowing about. Okay? So in the beginning, just move these clear quartz crystals with your hands, with your palms, sense them, feel them. And as you do this, you'll feel the sides of your brain and the inside of your brain clearing up. All right. As that happens, you will be able to start moving through the universe like this. Literally, this version of you moving with quartz crystals will go from here to there to there to there to there, anywhere you could possibly want, anywhere in the entire multiverse. Okay, it's a very, very powerful modality. Okay. So when I first did this, I went over to Venus. All right, I went over to Venus, and I was like, okay, this is awesome. Like, this is awesome. I want to see what Venus looks like in 5D. So I was like, 5D. So I went up, and it was just a sun. It was just a golden sun. I was like, wow, this is really, really, really intense and accurate. So this stuff works. This stuff actually works. This method actually works for me. It's something that you can use to go and see your past lives. This is what I was using when I was asking my higher selves their past lives. They just show me. They show me like my dark higher selves would show me their archetypes. All right, their archetypes, and they'd ask if I wanted to know more. My light higher selves would just show me like a courthouse. Like, this is what you need to focus on now as yourself, because there really is no past with us. We're always here in the present, because the present is all there is in complete and total phase coherence. And you need to focus on who you are in your sovereign right to continue being that. Another thing that your light higher selves will tell you is what to look out for. Okay, so when I ask my Lyran higher self, show me your past life, show me who you were in your past, and what is going on with your timeline. He literally just shows me the same thing every single time. He shows me a planet exploding every time. He's like, so he's like every single time is the same thing. It's just like he's telling me to get along with people on Earth, or else it all turns out fucked up. That's what he's telling me. That's what your higher selves are telling you when they show you specific things of what to look out for, what to focus on, where to be at, what type of awareness to be immersed in. Those are the things your light higher selves will show you. They're not going to show you like them fighting in a war and kicking ass, or they will if that's exactly what you urge them to do. Yet they'll fight you on it. They'll say, is this really relevant? Like, Yes, I was in a war, son, yet it all turned out terribly. You don't want to go there, okay? And they'll tell you, what you should be doing. So that this is also another reason why integrating your Akashic record, your Akashic awareness, and utilizing the holographic capacity of your brain is super important. Just for multidimensional survivability, multidimensional versatility, and transitioning capability to go from one lifetime to the next. That's what ascension is. It's moving forward, getting ready to continue to be alive. You know, so into an eternal reality. So you have to understand, your full capacity of your brain and unlock the capacity of your brain as far as you're comfortable to be able to do that. That's a good thing to work on. Okay, so a lot of fun can still be had. You can go to any planet, any galaxy. I was looking at Andromeda. Andromeda was popping off. I wanted to see the history of Andromeda. So I looked at it. I was like, how did Andromeda get so galactically awesome? How did they ascend before the Milky Way? You know how the Milky Way has like rifts going all the way through it, and it's like war torn, and it's like duality phase zone. And then you look at Andromeda, and it's just like ultraviolet pink, uh, blue, like just orbiting, just like glorious. So I wanted to see, and I just saw it go nova in the past, and I just saw it slowly start to get like brighter and brighter, and then the surrounding area just started to get clearer and clearer and clearer, and it's just like, oh, that's how ascension happens on a galactic level. So it's really awesome. It's really awesome. I was also looking at the history of all the planets in the solar system. So this is like something that is possible for anybody to learn. Just focus on it, feel it with your heart, and you're using the empathy of your heart first. You're being in your heart center, and you're using that empathy of the emotions of what I like to call there and back again. All right, so a good sense on getting that gamut spectrum of emotions to where it's like you actually need to embody the emotions of an entire race of humans to be able to internally hold their emotional capacity so you can see different things in different timelines and pick out specific areas to where you want to observe. All right. So it's like you need to know the high highs and the low lows. All right. You need to know like glory and heaven and levels of ecstasy and bliss and unconditional love. They need to know the end of the world, death, everything's over. It seems like everything's gone and lost. All right. So one way to get that level of emotional intelligence is to just literally watch Lord of the Rings. All right. That's where I get that, term from. There and Back Again by Bilbo Baggins. It's the greatest story ever told. All right. So basically, it's like the greatest film ever. It's like, arguably. All right. So if you ever seen that movie, it takes you through a ringer. It takes you through. It's like you're literally there at the end of the world, and then it all doesn't happen. Yet it could have happened. Yet it gives you those emotions because it was written by a guy who went through the world wars, and he went through a lot of pain and a lot of trauma and a lot of heartache. And he was just writing, he was just transmuting and channeling all the things that he observed in a real world situation and put it into fiction. Yet the emotions are real, and all that behind it is based off unconditional love for humanity. All right. So that's the biggest thing that counts is the love. So when you realize the love is all that there is, no matter how far down you may experience anything in life, you'll be able to pick yourself back up because you're eternal. No matter what happens, the human race will go on, and the human race has seen multiple things happen on many, many levels that have seemed hopeless at the time. So that's a very helpful thing to do, is, kind of study art, study human history, study levels of when traumatic events happen to people and they got through them. All right, a lot of times it happens that it's the love that keeps them going, or it's their unconditional will to always want to remember something or somebody that gets them through, that literally turns them into a supernatural being, or turns them into something that somebody else can learn from. Okay, at least. Okay, so this is a very, very helpful strategy. Yet I know the art isn't, amazing, yet it works. Trust me. Okay, so I guess that's all I wanted to talk about. I just wanted to say a couple of things about the Akashic and how, it's very important to your life. Okay, it helps you, get the kinks out of your brain, helps you get the clarity that you need, helps you remember who you are, helps you level and see clearly, and reintegrate and reorganize and transmute any trauma from the past by being able to remember. If you can't remember something, you're doomed to do the same thing over and over and over and over again. And you don't want to be doing that. All right. So peace, love. If you guys would like a session, I do sessions at quantumlight.org. I do energy coaching, numerology readings, custom art, and then I have a t-shirt shop, empathgear.com, or Empath League. And then I have an Oracle deck dropping soon, Quantum Light Conscious Oracle deck, so check that out. And I guess that's it. Stay tuned for that Oracle deck, and feel free to donate if you guys would like to see more of this content in this YouTube, because I do not get paid for doing any of this. That would be a big help. And I guess that's it, really. I love you guys, and I'll see you soon. Peace.